Okay, I think I'm live now. For some weird reason, I went to go live just a few seconds ago and it told me that I couldn't connect to Facebook, even though I was in Facebook. I don't know. Sometimes I tell you, I was like, oh, please don't do this to me tonight. I've got things to show you guys and, geez. So I think we're good. I see you guys coming in here, so that is always good news. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Linda. Hello, Sheila. Welcome, you guys. So, happy Halloween Eve. Woohoo! Do you guys have big plans for tomorrow? Hello, Marcia. We plan on going over to my friend's house. She lives in town and they live in a cul-de-sac like neighborhood. So we go over there and we go trick-or-treating with them. Hello, Anna. So super fun because way out here, very rural where we are, there is no trick-or-treating. Thank you so much for sharing, you guys. So yeah, we are going to have fun tomorrow. We're going to go over there. I'm going to make, I always do this, well, I kind of alternate between a meatloaf, and I normally make a meatloaf that looks like a skull, and then I use little onions for their, the little eye sockets and stuff. It looks like kind of like a little skeleton head that I create in my meatloaf. This year, so like I said, I alternate between spaghetti and my meatloaf. But this year I'm going to do my spaghetti. My friend's husband and a couple of their kids are, gluten-free. So I purchased some, normally Trader Joe's always carries a black pasta. It's spaghetti and it is made with squid ink, which is where it gets the black color from in the spaghetti. So Trader Joe was already out of theirs this year. So it was kind of funny. It should be pink, right? Yeah. Hello, Frida. Yeah, my picture back here, I know we could not find one that had any pink on it. So we were like, okay, it being just gray and black, I could handle that. But yeah, if the barn would have been pink, it would have been, wow, spot on. But I have yet to find anything with a pink barn on it. So I'm going to just leave it the way it is and call it good. I'll accept it the way it is. It's still a barn. Yeah. So I make this black pasta spaghetti. So this year I found some on Amazon that is gluten-free and it is made from black rice. So I'm going to make that, and then I use the red spaghetti sauce on it, and then I put meatballs in there, and we call it brains with like eyeballs, and because that's what we call the little meatballs. So that's kind of just something fun that I like to do. So they came over last night and we had a barbecue because it was her birthday. So I had to give her super fun little gift that I gave her, which I can't tell you guys on here. It's kind of nasty, but it's okay. It's her and my little gag thing. We do these little cute things for each other, but they're kind of, yeah, they're not something that you talk on a family show about. So she got a kick out of it. She was like, oh my gosh, where did you get this? So she was sending pictures to her friends and stuff. So it was kind of funny. So yeah, so I had showed them the pasta and they were like, wow, that is so cool. I've never seen anything like that you can get black pasta that's gluten-free. So they're really excited for us to come over tomorrow and take the kids out. And we were trying to come up with costumes. We kind of were late coming into the game with getting our costumes. So funny story, yesterday I was, in the morning, I was talking to Caden, my daughter, and I was asking her, I go, so hey, what do you want to be this year for Halloween? Yeah. Told you I procrastinate. I was like very, very late on the ball. So I asked her, I said, what do you want to be? And thank God for Amazon, you guys. Thank God that they do that 1-day shipping. Yeah, Prime. It's what it is. So I asked her, I go, what do you think about being a doctor this year? I mean, and God knows this kid knows doctors all too well. So she got this big, huge smile on her face. So normally if she either like blinks her eyes at me or she smiles, that means, yeah, that's what I want. Hello, Linda. Hello, Karen. So it was just kind of cute. So she got this big, huge, hello, Courtney, this big, huge smile on her face. So I was like, okay, let's pick out what color you want. Hello, Kay. And so I was looking through them. There was one that had like a pink, it's kind of like a little scrub suit with a stethoscope, and one has like a little badge that you can put their names on it. And then it has like the little doctor's cap and then a little mask that goes on around them. And so the one had a couple of different colors. Well, my son kept telling her, he's like, pick the pink one, pick the pink one. You really want the pink one. Oh, God, no. She did not want pink. She picked blue and green. Well, the one that I could find in her size, it only came in like a green color and pink. So I told her, but on her device that she talks to me on, she kept saying blue, blue, blue. So I was like, and I told her, I go, well, they have green or pink. So then she switched to green. So she's going to be a green doctor. She's going to have green scrubs on. And my son is going as, if you guys have ever seen the show, oh my gosh, it's his favorite show, and I don't know why I just drew a blank. Oh, it's Walter White, Breaking Bad. So he watches Breaking Bad, and I swear he's probably watched it a million times. Like, no joke. This kid will watch that thing season by season by season and just over and over and over again. And so he is going, so when they went to Comic-Con here in Tucson a couple months ago, he went in my grandma's wheelchair that we have kept around for years, and he sat in it. And if you guys have watched Breaking Bad, there's a guy, I think his name is Hector. Okay, I don't know what his last name is, but his name is Hector. He sits in a wheelchair. He has a little bell that he dings. And then he's got like the little oxygen thing, and he wears like a kind of a, not a golf hat, but I don't know. Anyways, my son dressed up as that on when they went to Comic-Con, and he had so many people stopping him and telling him how perfect his costume was. So he's already got all the stuff, so he's going to do that again this year for Halloween. So I was like, sweet, that saves me some money. I don't have to buy another costume. So it's kind of funny, the things that he comes up with. Hello, Yolanda. So yeah, so that's kind of what is going on around here. We did get delayed on the closing of our home down there. We were supposed to go sign the papers today, and that did not happen. Hello, Becky. So we are going to go ahead and give the buyers an extension and hope that, because what they're waiting on is for them to get their down payment to the bank that we can go ahead and sign the papers. So that's what we are waiting for. And so, yeah. So hopefully within the next 7 days, they can get what they need and we can get this done and finalized, because right now we're still paying a mortgage down there. We're still paying all the utilities down there. I mean, thank God there's nobody living in the home, but nonetheless, you still have to pay to keep all those things on. And so when you're paying for 2 households, that's kind of crazy. All right, you guys. Sheila, busy day. Oh no, your well pump died. Oh my goodness gracious. We do know quite a bit about wells. Quite a few people around us actually have wells out here. We are on city water. I almost said it how I normally say it, so that would have been bad. We are on city water. Oops, I almost slipped. And luckily it comes out this far, but we would like eventually to have a well put on the property. It is a spendy process. I do know that. And when things like that happen, most of the people that do have wells out here are normally on a shared well. So they all kind of split the cost when something happens to it. But then again, with having to share a well comes a lot of, with it. So we would like to just have one here on our own property if there is a water resource here. But yeah, that sucks. And that is a hefty bill to have to replace that pump. Ugh. Well, hopefully, Sheila, you got that taken care of and it wasn't too daunting on you because, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I hope it gets sold soon too, Anna. I hope we're not just, you know, this doesn't just keep getting dragged along, because if something happens and they don't come up with their down payment that they need and they have to cancel on the contract, then, oh my goodness, we start all over again. So that's where our realtor was kind of telling us. She goes, it's kind of all in your hands at this point. She said, you guys can cancel the contract now and say, you know, just put it back on the market, or we could, you know, like what we're doing, giving them the 7-day extension. But she said, here's the thing, if by chance they don't get that down payment, that's just extended us out another 7 days that we could have had it back on the market. So it's kind of one of those, you just kind of are kind of in limbo at the moment, because you don't want to just walk away from something, because we've already come so far to already get where we're all in agreement to everything. Everything's good. They love the home, and you want somebody in the place that's going to, you know, love the house and they love the area. So, you know, at this point, it's not going anywhere. And, you know, the more we just keep paying on it, the more that we get in return, I guess. I mean, I know that's kind of a catch-22 in that, but, you know, it is what it is. It'll work itself out. If this is not meant to be with them, then it'll be meant for somebody else. And that's kind of how I have to look at it. I can't be a negative Nancy, because that's just not how I roll. I have, not that my husband's negative, but he just kind of always sees things in a different light, when I'm always more, you know, upbeat about things. And I'm like, oh, it'll just work itself out. And he goes, yeah, in the meantime, we're going to be broke. And I'm like, no, we're not. It's okay. Have we ever been broke? Have we ever lived in a box? Have we ever lived in our car? No. Things always work themselves out. And I mean, not to go down this soapbox, but I believe that there's somebody who's higher above who makes sure there are things provided for us. So that's that. Isn't there Ernest? You know what? Courtney, funny that you say that, because that's what everybody has asked me. Now, wouldn't you get the earnest money that was there? Well, I guess nowadays, the new way that they do loans, which I had no idea about this, and I thought, okay, well, if they back out of the contract, we get the earnest money, and that at least recoups some of the money that we've been sitting here, you know, going through this process with them. But no, our realtor told us that the kind of loan that they're getting, which is an FHA loan, it secures their earnest money goes back to them. I was like, then that's not fair. What's the point of putting earnest money in then? I thought that's what an earnest money was about, that we would get that if it doesn't go through. And she said, she goes, nope, there is some kind of something that they can get put on that their earnest money comes back to them. I go, well, that seems like a pretty sleazy way of things to go, because you're tying up our time. Yeah, I had no idea because I didn't even think about it until up to this point about the earnest money, because people have been asking me, well, at least you could recoup some, but no, we don't recoup anything besides we lost time, you know? So yeah, it's just one of those crazy things. Hello, Margot. Yeah, so like, again, we'll see how it goes, and hopefully when I come on next week, I will have good news for you to let you know that all is well. So I'm going to get you guys flipped around. I have some things to go over with you. I have some cards that came in, some super spooky cute cards for Halloween. Love them, and I want to share those with you. I also have a new PDF class coming out November 1st. I am using the St. Nicholas bundle, so I want to share that with you as well. So hold tight. I'm going to get you guys flipped around. Close your eyes. Oh, also, I will, when we get to it, I am going to be sharing the swag box that I got from the On Stage for this year. On Stage starts the 11th of, I think it's the 10th or the 11th of November this year, and it is On Stage at home. We are going to actually be going, I think the one here is in Texas for 2024, but I went ahead and I got the swag box, and I want to show you what's inside of it. So before I go to show it, I will let any of you guys know that if you are waiting for your box still and you want to be surprised, I will tell you spoiler alert, and then you can walk away or whatever, and then come back when I'm done. Okay, so hold tight. Oh, I don't know why my stand keeps wanting to get in. With this new phone, it's got so many cameras on it that it really makes things kind of goofy because there's so many lenses on it that it catches all these things off to the side. So it always winds up catching my stand over here. And you don't need to see that. Thank you, Margot, for sharing. All right, there we go. I think that's going to work. All right, so for this month's Paper Pumpkin, this is going to be available through November 10th. This is the Warm Wishes Paper Pumpkin Kit. This one, I believe, is going to come with some things that look a lot like the Home for the Holidays, the October kit. This one says, spread the light of Christmas this season with a gift box. The Warm Wishes Paper Pumpkin Kit includes a traditional and festively designed treat packaging box perfect for gifting warm Christmas wishes. Fill up the box with small goodies, treats, and more. It's a wonderful way to make the season shine even brighter for the people you love. So it says it's going to come with 8 boxes, 4 each of 2 designs, 1 mossy meadow Stampin' spot, iridescent glitter accent on paper, linen thread, 8 clear food safe bags, 1 photopolymer stamp set. There is an add-on this month for this kit that you can go ahead and purchase now. This will give you 20 card bases and 20 coordinating envelopes. So if you would love to give cards with those little treat boxes, they're going to give you cards, and obviously you're going to get 8 boxes and 20 cards. So you're going to have quite a few holiday cards left to hand out as well for the extras. So just to let you guys know that you can get those in the store. That is code number 163985. And with that, you do have to be a current Paper Pumpkin subscriber to get any of the add-ons. One thing I did want to mention, because I do have quite a few people that say that they're hesitant on getting Paper Pumpkin because there's just not enough information on what is coming in the kit. Now, there's a, back and forth with that. Some people like to be surprised every month and not know what's coming in their kit besides just the little snippet that they tell us in here. They do kind of tell us what's coming in it, but you have no really idea of what they're going to look like. We do know that this is going to be holiday themed. But this way, I want everybody to know that if you are never satisfied with a Paper Pumpkin, so say you go ahead and you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin and you get your kit and you're just not happy with it, you can always 100% guarantee money back. You can send it back and Stampin' Up! Will refund your money. Just to let you know that. So you do know that you are not completely stuck and locked into that, and you could cancel your subscription at any time as well. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Brer. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. I probably totally slaughtered it, but I tried. We have just 1 day left to have you join my super fabulous, wonderful team. We are doing the 35-year anniversary of Stampin' Up, and they have given us 2 options for you to join the team. There is 35% off the starter kit. So instead of paying $99 for your starter kit, you're only going to pay $64.34. With this kit, you get to still pick your $125 worth of product into your kit. So that means you go into the online store, you look at any of our current catalogs, and you can pick any of those items to add into your starter kit. You're also going to get a free pumpkin in there. You're going to also get the stack of catalogs so you can pass that to your family and friends. And then from that point forward, you're going to also get a discount on all your future product orders because now you're a demonstrator. And so now you get a discount. And now I know a lot of people get scared when they hear that they're going to be a demonstrator. They think that they have to have a business or they think they have to sell Stampin' Up. You don't. You can sell to yourself. You can be your own best friend with getting your starter kit with all that extra product in it for that very, very low price. And when I tell you about option number 2, that is the one that everybody's been more drawn to because it ups the ante and you get more product in your kit. But I just want you to know that a lot of people who sign up to be demonstrators are hobbyists, or we call them discount shoppers, because they are merely only doing it as a way to get a discount for their own product. So I want you guys to know that there's no strings attached. There's nothing that you have to be more a part of. But do know that when you join my team, you're going to become a part of so much more. Just because the fact that we have a huge team, we have big, huge team meetings every month, that there's lots of prizes involved in that. We have team challenges every month. We have team swaps. There's just so much that you can take advantage of. You don't have to, but you can. And it really gets, if you really love card making, paper crafting, and you just want more, it's a great way to get your hands on a lot of product for a low price. And then you get to have fun with all these other people who are into it as well. So option number 2, woohoo, hold on now. You're still going to pay the $99, which you would any normal time, but hold on. You're going to get 35% more. So over here, I told you you're going to get $125 worth of product in your kit and only pay $65.35. Over here, you're going to pay $99, but now you get to pick $168.75. If you only sign up just to get the starter kit, oh my gosh, you guys have no idea how much money you're saving to get all that product in your hands to be able to start crafting, especially if you're a new crafter and you don't know like what to get. This is a great way to get a lot of product and not have to break the bank doing it. So you guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, stampinthepinkbarn@gmail.com. My phone number is on my Stampin' Up page and on my blog over at stampinthepinkbarn.com. If you need to call me and ask me any questions, feel free to do that. I'll always be around. And if I'm not, leave a message. I'll call you back. So you have tomorrow. That is when that promotion ends, tomorrow. So if you want to do that and you want to get those items, you need to start making a list now so you kind of have an idea of what you want. And then if you want to know more about it, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot, Rhea, and I totally just had that on my mind. You also get a free on stage pass this year. So I had to pay $75 to do the on stage at home this year. When you sign up during this promotion, you're going to get a free on-stage pass this year to join our on-stage event. So that is wonderful in itself. That's a $75 bonus that you get added to that as well. Now, you will not get the swag box that I will be showing you guys in just a few minutes. That was something that was an add-on that we could purchase back when we signed up. But they're giving you, again, I say, $75 value for you to join us this year so you can find out all the new things that are coming up. And when you join the on stage, you also get to see some of those new products that are going to be coming out in the January, April mini catalog that we have coming up. So you get a sneak peek of some of those items. Also, you're going to see some of the celebrations items that are coming up as well. So there is no way that you can go wrong with signing up as being a discount shopper right now with that fabulous deal right now with the promotion that they have going. So also, when you become a demonstrator, you also get a month early release of all of the products that we have coming out. So that means when I was just talking about those items that are coming out in January, we get to, when the January catalog gets released to the general public and then customers can start shopping. When you're a demonstrator, you get to start shopping in December in that catalog. So then you can start getting some of that stuff ahead of time. So then you can create products to then share with people or start sending out. And then people are going to fall in love with that and be like, hey, where did you get that set? And that's when you turn them on to that. Or you sit down and you just send cards to them, or however you want to do it. If you don't want to send any cards, you don't want to sell anything, you don't have to. So I just want you guys to be very clear about that. But another thing is on November 7th, we have some online exclusives coming out. You as a demonstrator can add these to your starter kit. So when you go in and you hit that, you want to join my team, so you'll go to stampinthepinkbarn.com and then, or no. Yes, you will. You'll go to shopdannygarola.com. Sorry, I'm confusing myself. You will go to shopdannygarola.com. When you do that, you're going to go over and you're going to hit that little join button. When you bring that up and you start filling out the things to get you to join, it's going to open up the store once you, for your name, your address, all that kind of stuff, saying that you're going to sign up. You're going to get a full access to what every demonstrator can purchase right now. So there are 2 new fabulous items that are in the coming in the online store. You have early release to these 2 items that you can add to your starter kit. So that's really, really cool. Hello, Kathy. So there is a new suite. This is called the Meandering. Told you I'm going to kill that word every time. Meadows Suite Collection. And then there is the Fluffiest Friends Bundle. So these things you can add to your starter kit, which is really, really cool. Just to let you know that we get early release to certain things when you're a demonstrator. Also, this is let me show you guys. I have the card sitting here. So for the month of November, I decided to do the St. Nicholas PDF class. This is a $10 PDF that comes straight to your inbox, where it will give you still photos. It will give you a list of items that you need to have to create the cards that I have made. You're going to get a step-by-step tutorial on how to make them as well. So I have chosen the St. Nicholas stamp set and dies. Now, I do know that this is on back order right now. It is due to be back in the store on November 6th. Also, the paper that you will want is in our online exclusives. The paper that I have created these cards, I have decided to use the Traditions of St. Nick designer series paper. So this you're not going to find in any catalog. You will need to go to the online exclusives to find this paper. And there are 5 new papers in that store. As of last month, the beginning of October, they have added 5 new papers. So just to let you know, this is going to be the paper that you're going to need to complete these cards that I'm going to show you. So this die set is awesome. You get so many wonderful things in here. You can build a little fireplace and you can die cut in this paper. I do want to show you that actually on this paper right here, these two Santa big die cuts will actually cut out these two Santas. So you'll do your green one and it'll do your red one on each one of these Santa Claus dies. You also have a little row of stockings that you can hang on your little chimney here or on your fireplace mantle. So really, really cool set. This actually has 21 dies in it. And then you've got this beautiful coordinating stamp set. This has some really neat sentiments. I love the old vintage look to it with joy, peace, and love. A simple letter sent to say, thinking of you this Christmas day. May the Christmas season fill your home. Many merry thoughts and wishes. And then again, you've got those two Santas that if you don't want to cut them out of the paper, you can color them in the colors that you like to match any papers that you have. And then you've got the sack of the Christmas gifts and then a really neat old-fashioned mailbox here. And then you've got this really fun, there's actually a paper in here that kind of goes really, really cute with the little cup and the candy canes. So this paper right here has that same cute little treat choice there. So just to show you guys that. So let me show you really quick the cards that I have created. So you've got this really pretty gold, red, and white, kind of on the simple side, but using that designer series paper. Then I've got this one here. I've done some of the distressed around the edge, stamped that here in the crumb cake, and then just really very, very pretty card. And I die cutted that Santa out of that paper. This one's a really fun little fun fold here. It's a very simple card. Now you could put a backing on this of your basic white and use this to write more of a sentiment if you wish. And then this one here is also one of those little easel cards. And I've done that fireplace that I was telling you about. So if you go over to my blog starting November 1st, I will have all the details there, all the things that you would need to create the cards that I have just shown you, and along with the colors of paper, some of that extra, like the ribbon that I've used, the festive pearls that I've used on there. So just those kinds of things. And again, I say it's only $10 for that PDF. So it's a really great way to get you a step-by-step tutorial on how to make some cards using that set if you already have it. Okay, spoiler alert. Okay, so everybody, if you do not have your on-stage swag box, I'm going to show it now. So just beware so I don't ruin anybody's experience. But this is what came in the mail the other day. You probably saw Show the Green Saint Nick again. On the paper, right there, the green. So, this is the box that came. I'm sure you guys probably saw the picture of it. I know it's not going to fit completely in frame here, but when you open it up, you get this nice little display of stuff here. These are, you're going to get these 3 really cool pins in here. You get a neat little pair of socks that say Stampin' up on the bottom. You get a puzzle in here in this really neat box. This box is pretty snazzy. It's a pretty thick box. You will put a puzzle together that looks like this. I'm going to let my son do this because he's a puzzle guy. And there's lots of pieces in there, so that can keep him entertained for a little bit. Right now, my husband and my son are big-time Lego guys. So they have been making this whole little Christmas village out of all these Legos. And it's pretty cool. I'll have to post some pictures of it. You're also going to get this really neat little journaling book. They give you all these really cute, fun little stickers. And then it's just a little journal book, or you could use it for a agenda book. You could put some stickers in there and make your own little tracker kind of thing. There is a really heavy pin in here. Very, very nice, sturdy quality. I'm going to put this on my apron from when I go do my in-person classes. I have an apron that has all of my my pins that I've achieved over the years. Then this right here, I haven't even opened this yet, but I was like, what the heck could be in this? But I remember last year when we went to Anaheim, there were all these little props set up on the table when you sat down. Well, that's what this is. This is a photo prop, kind of a little accessory that you can prop up, especially there's some people who get together and have their own little events on their, on stage. A lot of my team are in other parts of the states, so we can't really get together. I don't have anybody really close here to me. One of my team members is close to me, but everybody else is in other states. So you've got these really cool, look how fun these are. It's the 35th anniversary for the on stage, these really cute little stickers that you can put on here. Your little name placard there. And then I'm assuming they show you, look at that. They're like little glasses. That's what it looks like. There's a little bow, a little heart. Look at this little hat. Isn't that fun? You could like lay these on your table. Take some photos of these and prop them up. There's also some little sticks here that you could add those on. Get yourself some little foam and prop those up in your foam. So super, super cute that they do that. So like I said, a lot of people like to have like little events with their team members, and everybody gets together and they just put up their little fun decorations. So there is your swag box. So you guys kind of see what's in that. So again, being a demonstrator gives you tons of perks that are just so fun to share with others. All right, so now we're done with that. Everybody can come back in. We're all good. I'm going to go ahead and do the giveaways from last week. So for last week's cards, we used the Stars at Night set. And so for liking last week's video, Miss Patty Klingsporn is going to get this beautiful card here. This was using that gold foil, and I just used the embossing folder and created this really pretty card and that Night of Navy shimmer ribbon on that. Very, very beautiful, elegant looking card. That's going to go to Patty Klingsporn. Congratulations. Thank you so much for hitting that like button, throwing me up some hearts. That's what gets you entered into the giveaway for the like category. Now for commenting, come in here and just say hi to me. Let me know what you're doing for Halloween. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what your weather's like. Anything. Just come in and say hi. That will get you entered into the drawing for commenting. This one here is going to go to Miss Cheryl Merzenik. So Cheryl, this is going to come your way. This is using that specialty paper. It's called the white center paper. This is where we take the emery board or fingernail file, whatever you want to call it, and lightly go over those raised areas after we ran this through the embossing folder and just kind of took some of that color off so you can see that those stars pop a little bit better. This is going to go to Cheryl. So we've got that in the inside of there. Ooh, I almost just knocked my glasses off, dang it. All right, and then for coming in here and hitting that share button, so there's a little arrow right next to the comments. If you click that and you say share to my news feed, you're going to share it to your news feed. Then any of your family and friends or anybody who are following you on your Facebook, they're going to come in here if they have any interest and to see what you're interested in. And they're going to see the video, and then maybe we'll have somebody else that will now start joining us in our videos. But because you're sharing for me, you need to come back over here and you need to comment that you have shared my video after you have gone and shared it. So just to let you know that if you share, please come back in here and in the comments, tell me that you shared it so I can get you added to the drawing for the giveaways for sharing. All right, so for sharing last week's video, Miss Lisa Oliver, you're going to get some of these paper lattice. These are so fun. I want you to know that these are white on the other side. So you can take a blending brush and you can make them any color you want to. I know a lot of people kind of just got stuck on the one color, but when you flip them, they're white. And then you can make them whatever color you want to, and you can do anything on them, or you can even hold them down and use them as a stencil on your white or different colored cardstock. These are really, really cool to have. So just to let you guys know that. And then you are going to get some of these matte decorative dots. I've used just a few of the little yellow ones out of here, but these are great for holiday colors coming up here with your holiday cards. So these are going to be coming to Miss Lisa Oliver. Okay, so let me get this stuff out of the way. All right, on to tonight's cards. So tonight I am featuring the Beary Cute stamp set, and there's the stamp set, and it comes with a punch. Now with this, you have the option to buy the suite. So the suite comes with the Snowflake Sky 3D. It also comes with the paper. Where did I put the paper? The paper here is all about your little polar bears and very, very cute. So this is called the Beary Christmas 12 by 12 paper. Then, and then also there is this is called the Balmy Blue, very, very beautiful sparkle ribbon. That is with this. And also in the suite, I know we've got them around here, but I'm just not sure where they're at. But there are some card bases and some envelopes matching with that suite as well. But I do want to let you know that it looks like the Beary Cute punch is out of stock until November 6th. And oh yeah, the embellishments I wanted to show you. I'm going to be using these tonight. These are the adhesive back glitter. This also comes in the suite, but they're out of stock right now, and it does show that they are due to come back in November 13th. So I kind of dropped the ball with the cards that I created and then going in there today and then seeing that some of these products were not in stock. I do know there are quite a few of you that fell in love with this set when you first saw it and probably already have these. So that's why I decided I'm just going to go ahead and show this anyways. So I have cute cards for you, so I'm just going to show them to you. All right. I'm also going to be using on one of the cards, I'm going to be using the Nested Essentials dies. And then, of course, my forever go-to stylish shape dies. And I know mine's a hot mess in here because they no longer stick to there. And then a couple of colors that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using Balmy Blue, Real Red, Night of Navy, Pecan Pie, and Garden Green. And then let me show you guys really quick my bonus card that I will be adding to my blog later on in the week. This is my bonus card. So cute and really quick and easy, but really shows off that beautiful paper. And then again, I've put a couple of little embellishments, and then I use that really neat, it's like a velvety, crushed velvet kind of feel for that really fun ribbon there, but it's really sparkly and fun and shimmery. So I wanted to give you guys a glimpse of that. All right, so the first card that we're going to be making is this one here. Now, I do have to let you guys know that the paper that is part of the give back, it is called Walk in the Park paper. And now where the heck did I put it? I just had it sitting here. Or Walk in the Woods is what it's called. I don't know why I always say Walk in the Park. It's called Walk in the Woods. Oh, it's because I shoved it towards the back. There we go. Walk in the Woods. This is, when you purchase this, a portion of the proceeds goes to the Toys for Tots for the Marines. And so I am using a piece of this paper because it does coordinate quite well with the Beary Cute. Now, as you can see in this paper right here, this little punch will punch out this little brown bear right here. We have a tree die set, and I can't even think of what it's called, but it cuts out these big trees here as well. So this paper coordinates with a couple of our different sets. Again, when you purchase this, a portion of it is going for a great benefit of the Toys for Tots for the Marines. So just to let you guys know that it's a great way to kind of give back to those that don't have much. So, all right, I am going to not throw my trimmer on the floor. All right, so for this is Make It Monday, Beary Cute. This is for the week of 10/30. So in order to get this kit in the mail, you have to make a purchase of $35 or more in my online store, and you must use my host code. You will get the 3 envelopes as you see here with all your scraps that you need to make these 3 wonderful cards. I also provide the envelope for you. I know I have a big scrap in here. You won't get something that crazy big, but you'll get the designer series paper that I use. Any ribbon that I use, I will put in there as well. The only thing that I don't add is I don't add embellishments. And if there's a inside to your card, it will be placed behind your card base, just so you guys can know that. I always make sure I tell you that, so you're not like, why didn't I get an inside to my card? Well, it is, but it's behind, back where the envelope flap is. Okay, and then the second card that we're making is this cute little bear here. It reminds me of 4th of July with those colors, but I just love how this card turned out. And so here is what you would get with that one. And then the third card that we're making is this really fun. I love the blues in these cards. And then that would be your third card base. So you would get something that looks a little bit like this in the mail to make the 3 cards that we're making tonight. All right, so let's get down to business. We are going to be creating this one first. And so I will let you know there is quite a bit of fussy cutting that I'm going to do with these cards. And again, I'm not a fan of fussy cutting, but we're just gonna wing it and we're gonna do our best. So my card base is the basic white thick for this one. This is 8.5 by 5.5. You will find all the dimensions over on my blog tomorrow morning, and you'll find the photos and you'll find the replay of this video there as well, stampinthepinkbarn.com. I have scored this at the 4 1/4. We are going to be making this card in the landscape. So I'm just going to fold that in half right on that score line, and there is my base. The next layer that I need is I am using that Walk in the Woods designer series paper. You can see the trees on the back side, and that's where you could use that bear to punch that out if you wish. But I just wanted to show you that paper also. And then we're going to take this little piece of white. It will be our pretty much our focal layer there. That's going to go on the front of that designer series paper. We're going to run this through our Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. So let me bring over the embossing machine so we can do that. Now, I did say it is the 3D folder, so we need to make sure that we only have plate number 1 in our machine, and then we have plate number 4. because that's what we're going to run this through. So I am going to just take that little white piece, make sure that my Stampin' Up! Logo is facing me, and just open my folder, maybe if I can. For some reason, I can't get this open. I'm going to go up here because with this folder, it looks like it is snowing. Well, it's kind of heavy up here, and then it kind of goes into a little less snow. So it would actually kind of look like that because you've got thicker snow up in the sky, and then it starts dwindling as it comes down. But my hinge is at the top. I always want to make sure that I put my hinge through whatever way that I'm running it through my machine. So I'm going to take this piece of white and I'm going to take it more towards the top because I want it with a little bit less of the snow coming down. I'm going to put that through. And it's going to get sandwiched in between plate number 1 and plate number 4. Okay, then we're going to take that out. And now I can turn that where, again, it looks like it's less snow and it looks like it's more snow towards the top. And then here, I'm going to take out my stamp set here, and I'm going to bring out my scrap of garden green, and I'm going to bring out my scrap of pecan pie. So we need our pecan and we need our garden green, and we're going to need our bear here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that bear down because since he's got an open center, he's very easy to maneuver, and I want to make sure he is as straight as can be. So if I set it down, then I can pick it up and I know that it has held its shape. So I'm going to use that bear, and we're going to use the little baby bear here. Okay, and then we're going to use the tree. I should have brought over another one of these blocks, so I'm going to wait on that. We're going to use this tree first. So let's go ahead and stamp our trees. So using the outline tree, I'm going to stamp this twice. And then definitely make sure you have a chamois to clean off your stamps with. And then we have a more detailed where it looks like it is the spine of the tree and all the little inside. So I'm just going to take that. I'm just going to stamp that right on the inside of that tree. Just like so. Now you will know that when you go to stamp this, oops, I guess I'm way too far down here, you guys. Let me tip this so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Jeez. Down here stamping to myself, not even showing you guys what's going on in the world. Just know that I've tried and there is no way to possibly get that to match up with those little doopies, and I don't think it's meant to. I know Stampin' Up! Likes to do that, where it doesn't match up perfectly, so then you don't have to feel bad if you can't get it to match, because it's not going to. Just an FYI. So let me put that back down. So we're going to fussy cut those out. I can go ahead and shut my garden green. I'm going to grab the pecan pie, and we're going to stamp. Now I like to see when I open up my punch here how I need to stamp that bear, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp it just right down here so I know it's going to line up with that punch. Then I'm going to take the little bear, stamp it right up there because he's going to need to be fussy cut. Now I'm just going to clean those really quickly. Okay, I am going to be using the sentiment that says warm wishes. Now bringing this paper back in. This is the one that we just embossed. I need to grab, where did I put my, there it is. I need to grab the piercing mat here, and I am just going to stamp this over here. Now, when you stamp over something that has already been embossed, technically you would stamp first and then emboss it, but of course I'm a little bit backwards. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp over my embossed. Now, I know that I have to apply equal pressure so I get past those raised little divots that we just put in this. So I'm just going to stamp this right over here in the edge, just like so. And I just make sure I push pretty hard so I make sure that stamp makes contact with all that paper. Just like that. Again, I should have stamped, then embossed. That's how it needs to be done. But like I said, I'm backwards. So if you mess up and you emboss first, you still can stamp. Okay, I am now going to take the polar bear or brown bear or whatever kind of bear you wish to have. I'm going to punch that out. So we took tone on tone for that bear. And then now I need to fussy cut. And I like that these bears are pretty easy to fussy cut because there's not a whole bunch of shape to them. I mean, there's a curve, but curves are easy. It's when you get into like flowers, when they have petals, that's when I have a hard time. So my neighbor called me last night. My son's friend from up the road, her dog went missing last night. And so the mom called me. She's friends of mine. I used to work with her when I worked down at the VFW out here. She asked me if my son can go kind of walking around the neighborhood looking for the dog. She kind of already knows what probably happened to the dog because, again, when you live out like this, we do have a bobcat that has been roaming the neighborhood. And I told her, I don't want to tell you this. I said, but we've been catching a bobcat almost nightly for the last week on our security cameras. And we've got coyotes like crazy out here. And she goes, yeah, she goes, we've had cats in the past that went missing. She goes, we've just never had a dog. But it is a small dog. So I just told her, I go, yes, my son will definitely get up and go walking with her. And actually they drove around the neighborhood. I told him, I go, maybe you guys should drive around. It was pretty chilly today. I know saying that it's chilly here in Tucson, Arizona, it's not something I say very often. But today it was pretty cold. I don't even know if it got up to like 65 or 75 today. I think it was like 64 was the high today, or 74 was the high today. So yeah, I wore a sweatshirt all day today. I was cold. Sweatpants and a sweatshirt is what I had on. So yeah, I told him, I go, maybe you guys should go take the car and drive around, and then you're not like being creepy walking up inside of somebody's yard, because again, we all have property out here and nobody's used to anybody just come walking up in their stuff. Most people all have security gates for a reason. So I told him, I go, I would feel safer if you guys drove up in case you guys needed to get away from a situation. You could do so a little bit faster. 28 in Wisconsin. Oh my Lord. Yeah, that's cold. They did say a couple of areas around us could see a possible first freeze of the year. So they were telling some of the outskirting cities here around us and counties that they should be covering their pipes, and because we might have the first freeze tonight. I don't think it's supposed to hit us here. We do have some pretty crazy winds that are supposed to be coming in today and then last through Wednesday. And what the weather person was saying is that if we do get the winds in tonight, it will not let the freezing happen. So I don't know. But I did have to go out and unplug all of my blow-up Halloween decorations that I have outside because I don't want them getting ruined. And especially if they blow and they hit a cactus or something, and it would pop them and I would not be happy. But it was funny. I was standing there in the living room today and I was looking through because, of course, right now all these scary thriller movies are on TV because of, you know, Halloween. And I was like, I go, can I put up the Christmas tree yet? And he goes, when you don't see scary movies on TV anymore, then we can talk about putting up the Christmas tree. He goes, it's not even Halloween yet. He goes, why are you trying to? I go, cause it just doesn't seem like it ever stays up that long. He goes, well, oh, and that's the other thing. Last week, we got rid of our other couch that we got. And so we have been sitting on lawn chairs in our house for the weekend. And I think the new couch said that it's supposed to be delivered on Friday. So we are sitting on lawn furniture inside of my home right now. So we look pretty ghetto. We had 80 in Georgia today, 58. Wow, that's a huge, like, kind of crazy drop there. And then going down to 29 on Wednesday. Wow, that is definitely a change. Yes, 70s are definitely better than the 30s, Kay. I would agree with you. Margot, west of you got over 4 inches of snow. Holy jeez. Wow. Yeah, no snow going on around here. Okay, so here are all the pieces that we're going to need for this card. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a dry fit really quick so I make sure that I have these around my sentiment. So I'm going to place, knowing that this is going to be underneath this, I can go a little bit higher with my tree because I've got quite a bit of area there on the front of that card. I'm going to bring this one down. So just to show you, I'm going to take that back out of there. I'm going to bring this one down just a bit, like so. Our mama bear is going to go kind of in front of that. And then baby bear is going to go kind of right there in front of her leg, okay? So what I'm going to do with this one, it's going to get adhered straight down. Just like that. You're supposed to get snow tomorrow. Hope they're wrong. Yeah. Woohoo. Yeah, that makes things kind of tough when it, you know, starts snowing kind of early and it's just like, oh, geez. I mean, I know those of you guys who live in areas like that, you're used to having snow November, December, January, you know, you're used to it. But man, us down here, we would lose our marbles if we had snow like that. We're lucky if we're, you know, like I said, we're not even freezing yet. Okay, I'm going to place that one right there. We're going to pop up Mama Bear. We are taking off up on vacation the first week of December. We're going to go up north towards the Grand Canyon. We're going to be going up to Pine Top. I mean, it's not quite Grand Canyon-ish, but it's up that ways. And we are going to go up there, take the kids up there, go play in the snow for a while. That way we get it right before Christmas, but we get to have fun right after Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to put one more. So we're debating whether or not we're going to take our truck or we're going to take the minivan, because the minivan just is a lot cheaper on gas to take and the family kind of fits a lot better in it. But that being said, the truck is 4-wheel drive. It's a Suburban, so we all fit in it pretty well too, but it's just a gas guzzler. So I don't know, we're still kind of trying to debate what vehicle we're going to take up, because if we want to go play in the snow, like play hardcore in the snow, we're going to probably want the 4-wheel drive. So I don't know. We're kind of debating what we want to do. I just like driving my minivan because it's a lot more comfortable, but I don't know. And I know my daughter's a lot more comfortable in it because it's got the flip down TVs and everything that she just kind of sits back and chills, and that's kind of her car. She knows that that's a car that whenever we go anywhere, that's what she goes in. So the Suburban's just not quite as comfy. It doesn't have TVs. It's not quite as Caden friendly, I guess you would say. Okay, these are called the Adhesive Back Glitter Sequins. Now we're going to place a couple of those on here. I guess I should go ahead and get this all the way put on here. Do you guys feel like you know my life? Do I tell you guys too much of my life? Is it kind of like, okay, lady, shut up. Nobody cares. Or do you feel like it's okay? I feel like it's okay because I feel like I get to know you guys. I may not like know you guys, but I feel like I know you. I see you guys on here every week. So that works for me. And I'm a talker, so. Okay, we're going to do that, and then we're going to put another little green one right over here, just like so. All right, there you go. Very simple, absolutely, very simple card. We're going to do a little bit of something in the inside of this card. So let me grab some of that paper. So this one is already opened here, so I'm going to grab... I don't think this, oh, that will be long enough. Perfect. So I'm going to grab some more of that little tree, and we're going to adhere that across the inside. Yeah, these little bears are really cute. Maybe I'm going to say Christmas is better together. And I am going to do that in the, we're going to do that in Garden Green. Yeah, I think I'm going to go right down here, just like so. Then I think I might put a baby bear right there next to it, using pecan. Look at that baby. It's just like prancing almost. He's just like, yep. Oh, okay. I love it. So cute. Look at him. Okay. So there is our first card there. Oh, love it. Yes, very simple, but very cute at the same time. I like the simplicity. Then I don't have to make everybody crazy with me constantly, you know, trying to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, let's clean some of these up. All right, now let's get to card number 2. Card number 2. Which one am I gonna do first? I think we're gonna do this one first. I don't remember if that's the one that I had. Yep, I did. Good. All right. We're gonna do that little one that looks like 4th of July, I think, but it's not. It still looks Christmassy. Set some of the stuff out of the way, get all my scraps out of the way, and then let's get into this. Okay, my base is crumb cake, 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm simply going to just fold this in half. Burnish that down. This is going to be portrait style. My next layer is a piece of real red. This is just 1/8 of an inch smaller. Then my white is gonna go right on there, 1/8 of an inch smaller. Then we need, this is that gorgeous shimmer paper. This is called Soft Shimmer, and it comes in those, some of those new colors that we got, like the, well, I guess it's not some of the new colors, but you've got the, what is this? Is that melon, no? Mango? No, that's Berry Burst. Pretty Peacock. Then you've got the Lost Lagoon, Night of Navy, and then the Bubble Bath is what this comes in. So it is, I know you can't really see, you've got to see the Bubble Bath. It's gorgeous. Look at that. And it shimmers, but it's a very fine shimmer. It is gorgeous, gorgeous paper. I've almost got completely all of my navy used up out of this package. So we're going to put this right across there. Then we need a scrap of basic white. So with our basic white, we're going to cut out the second little the rounded corner rectangle here. We're going to do the second from largest out of our scrap of white. When we do, we're going to get this right here. And then I have a piece of the crumb cake here. Now, what I need to do, so because I'm kind of one of those people that I like to make sure that I get everything out of my paper. When we finish this card, everything is going to be covered up on that red besides that little tiny 1/8 of an inch. So I've got the whole inside of this red that I can die cut from, and nobody's gonna know because it's all gonna be layered. So I'm going to take my largest banner from that nested essential dies, and in the center of this, I am just gonna turn around over here and I'm just gonna die cut this out. Because then we're not having to take another full sheet out, cut down scraps, and do all that. We're just doing it right from the center of this. And so we're kind of getting 2 pieces out of the one. Okay, just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and adhere that straight down. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my white on there first. I think I need to go get myself a bottle of water though. I feel like my throat is getting kind of dry. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna run out and grab a bottle of water. I'm not sure if my mom was on here or not. She might hear me. Oh, I think she heard me. Oh, she did hear me. Thank you. Okay, just like that with our eighth of an inch around there. Again, this is all going to go down on our card base. Just like so. Oh yeah, the wind is starting to kick up out there. I can hear it blowing all of her chimes around. Okay, see, once it is on there, you don't even know that you're missing this out of that piece. So it's a great way to get more out of your paper. Okay, but I think I blew it because I was supposed to... Yep, I got a little overzealous and I don't think this is going to work now. Nope. Well, okay, well I blew it on that one. So let me cut some more paper out because I forgot to, that's me getting ahead of myself. Okay, let me get a piece of, so I didn't really save myself any paper. I can go ahead and make that card over again without it being like that. Where did I just put that? Okay, let me grab a piece of crumb cake back here. Okay, we're going to cut that. Okay, this one needs to be cut 1/8 of an inch, so we're going to cut this at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I need to cut myself a little white piece. Where is white? There is. So white needs to be 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, now let's do this again. This one is not going to have the back cut out of it, but you saw how I did everything on the other one. That's good. You can keep that the way it was. Let me burnish this down. Okay, what I need to do, I'm going to slow down, stop talking so much. I'm going to take this and I need to use the embossing folder. And what I'm going to do is I am going to just emboss the very top portion of it. So I'm just going to slide this in here. And you could technically go at least halfway down, but I know I don't need that much. So I'm going to probably do, that's probably, say, 1.5 inches is what I've placed in there. So again, with the hinge on the top, I'm just going to run this straight through using plates 1 and 4. Okay, when I do, I'm going to take that out. And as you can see, just that top portion has been embossed. That's what I want. Because then I'm going to take my piece here, and this is going to lay over that. So you really, once this card is put together, nobody's really going to know how far down that has been done because that's going to cover that, and that's what we want. So now I can go ahead and adhere this to this red piece. Just like that. Okay, then we can take this and adhere that on there as well. My brain, I swear, I'm telling you guys, I think I probably have ADHD. And at my age, nobody will recognize that. I did talk to my daughter. I talked to my doctor about it. I talked to my doctor about having adult ADHD. My husband has it. My son has it. But I think I do. And back in the day, we didn't get diagnosed with things like that because I'm an old lady. But I genuinely think I do. And that's why I'm kind of scatterbrainy, and it sucks because when I talked to my doctor about it, she told me that they don't really diagnose adults with ADHD, ADD, whatever you want to call it. And that's what I told her. Like, well, that's fine because I don't want a label slapped on me. But what do I take to try to focus and try to just be, stay on track with one thing? Because if you know me at all, I'm one of those people where I will do half of a project and then walk away and go do something else. And then I come back and I work on a little bit more of that project, and then I get up and I go do 20 other projects. And so do I ever just stop and get one thing done at a time? Never. That's not me. Like, I wish I could be that person to just get something done at one time, but I can't. I have to do 20 different tasks in hand. And it's like, is that just the way people are nowadays because we live in such a fast-paced world? Is that what's happening? But then I'm like, well, no, because it can't. Like, we all can't be, crazy like me. But you know what? I think I just screwed my camera up trying to make it where you guys can see what's going on. So I don't know. It's just, I get very annoyed with myself, and then I start beating myself up because of it, because it's just like, okay, stop and breathe. And then when I do things like that, don't get me wrong, I know that I'm human and we all make mistakes, but I just tend to think that my brain is just in overload all the time. Is that a part of like premenopause? Because I think maybe it has to do with that as well. I don't know. I guess I'll figure it out in life, right? All right. So now I am going to use my scrap here. And we are going to stamp that big bear. I'm going to be using the Memento Black. So I just layered those pieces on there, just like so. On my scrap, I still have my little white piece here. I don't want to stamp on there because I want to give him some dimension. So I am going to stamp the bear on the white. Then I'm going to grab my real red. And in this set, you have this little cute scarf and this really cute little hat. And they are adorable. I'm going to stamp those in real red. On my scrap, and I'm going to fussy cut those and add those to the bear. So I'm just going to come right over here and just stamp both those together, just like so. And you know what that reminds me of? Did you guys ever watch that show, Where's Waldo? Doesn't that remind you of Waldo? Hello, Andrea. Hello, Julia. Woohoo! The Red Wings hockey team just won in overtime. I don't know anything about hockey, but hey, if that makes you happy, that's cool. I do know, surprisingly, we have a pretty good hockey team here in Tucson. Like, what? Who would think that we even had an ice rink here for them to play hockey on? And if we do, I don't have any idea where it's at. But I'm trying to think. They're called like the Road Runners, I think is what they're called, which would be fitting for Tucson, but okay. I did just hear something about they were in some kind of tournament that they did pretty good with. Okay, I'm going to fussy cut this little scarf. Now, if you don't want a fussy cut, you can actually stamp right on that bear with this stamp. I like just kind of having that look of the fussy cut on top of it. Yes, my mom does spoil me. I will admit that. I know I am an old lady for her to be spoiling me, but she has my whole life. I am an only child, and I will admit that I am kind of spoiled. Even at my old age now, she still spoils the heck out of me. And she spoils my children. That's kind of her joke. She's always like, thank God I didn't have more kids. I would be a broke lady. Yes, we do have a baseball team. I think it's called the Diamondbacks. Isn't that who we have? They did just make it to a World Series. You're absolutely correct. And the only reason why I know that is because I watch the news. Otherwise, I would know nothing about sports. I am not a sports person at all, never have been. My oldest daughter, when she was younger, her grandparents from her dad's side was very into soccer. So we had her into soccer. And so I kind of learned a little bit about soccer. And up in Portland, Oregon, we had a pretty good soccer team that came in. It was called the Timbers. And they always did really well. And they would always go to games and stuff because since she was into playing, they kind of like to let her see the big leagues and stuff like that. But no, sports has never been my jam. Woohoo! Well, see, that's entertainment right there. When you're able to watch me and watch the sports and keep track of both things that are going on, that's some good entertainment. Okay, I'm going to put his little scarf right here around his neck, just like so. And then with just putting a couple little dabs of glue on the top of his head, I'm just gonna leave his one little ear kind of poking out and just place that little hat right on top of that other side of his ear. Isn't that so cute with that red on top of just the white? I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere that little white curved rectangle right on top of that red, leaving the top portion poking out so you kind of see all those colors. Yeah, doesn't that just add so much? I think it's adorable. We're going to actually pop him up. Ah. Okay, again, another very simple but cute card going on here. Just like so. We need to adhere this onto our card front. And I need to grab my adhesive remover because I got some gunk on here. And now where the heck is it? Hopefully I can get that off there. I don't know where her little glue remover is. I thought it was sitting right up here. I don't know. I'll have to get that off there. But anyways, Let's go ahead and finish this up. So I'm going to use the Merry Christmas on here. And then I'm going to use, in this set, you also have some snowflakes. I'm going to use both of those. Let's grab the big one. And then let's grab this little one over here. And I am going to use Night of Navy because we have just this pop of Night of Navy here. Ooh, that's going to drive me bananas. Okay, so I'm going to take my sentiment Merry Christmas and place right there. Just like that. Give that some time to marinate into that paper. Okay. Then with the big snowflake, we're going to stamp it right over here. And then the little snowflake, we're going to stamp it right here. And right here. Covering up my little boo-boo. All right, now watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clean those off really quick. All right, I am going to bring in these little embellishments, and I'm gonna grab my Real Red. Let me find it really quick. Not light, I need Real Red Dark. Okay, with my Real Red Dark, this is my Stampin' Blend. Let's actually adhere this on here. Let's get it all put together first before I worry about anything else. Okay, like that. I am going to grab some of these, and what I'm going to do is on 2 of the small ones and 1 of the big ones of the more white, I'm going to actually take my marker tip and I'm just going to color those in just like so with my dark Real Red. And since this is alcohol, it's going to dry very quickly. I'm going to then bring my card back over, grabbing the big one. I'm going to place that right in the center of the big snowflake. This is going to go in the center of the little one, and the same on the other one. Now you can change the color of these white ones to any color that we have with our Stampin' Blends. So just know that. I love versatility with embellishments like that, because then you're kind of, you know, limitless with colors that you can change them to. So as you can see, I have made those red to now match my really, really pretty simple card here. So what do you guys think of that one? Is that not fun? Let's put an innie in this card. Now with this, I think I'm going to stamp Christmas is Better Together. And I'm going to use this since I don't have any layers going on underneath here. Just like so. I think I'm going to do that actually in real red, even though our other sentiments in Night of Navy, because I am going to bring in some of those snowflakes to the inside of this card. Okay, so with the real red right in the center there, give that some time to marinate. Just like so. There we go. Perfect. Now you could actually use this card for a 4th of July card if you wanted and totally pull it off with this card. Just don't add a Merry Christmas sentiment to it. But how cute would that be for, again, to use year-round for a different holiday? Kind of cute. I like when we can do that. Hello, Barbara. Okay, just like so. And there is card number 2. I hope you guys enjoy that. I think it is so cute. Oh, I love it. Just love this little bear. All right, now let's do card number 3. So card number 3 is the one where we do some circles with that baby and then the mama bear sitting down. I think this is really cute too. So let me get some of these stamps put away that we're not going to be using. All right, so we're going to come back in with our base. This is thick basic white. I have already scored it in the center here. There is our base. Then I need a piece of Night of Navy. Now this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's going to be the length of my card base, but with just 2 little 1/4 inches showing on the side there. My piece of designer series paper is going to be 3 inches, maybe it's, yeah, I think it's 3 inches. Yep, no, 3 1/4 inches by 5 1/2. So again, it's going to be the full length of that with just a couple of the wider bands on the side. So I'm gonna go ahead and adhere that together. This is part of the Beary Christmas designer series paper. I'm going to then take some of this sparkle ribbon. This is in the balmy blue. And I'm going to measure just a little bit past the length of my card. I'm going to place that like so. Now, I can do 2 of, either things here. I can just leave that on there and wrap it around the back and tape the back. But because since I'm putting a sentiment over this, I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape, or you can use your seal. I'm just going to put the tear and tape right on here, just like that. And then flip this around and put a couple pieces of tear and tape on the back, following that around to hold that. So I just kind of watch what I'm doing, like so. We'll do the same thing on the other side, or you can just tape it down either way with regular Scotch tape. Make sure that's nice and stuck. I'm just gonna take my pokey end of the take a pick tool, pull that off. Place that right down like so. There we go. That is now stuck and in place. Very, very sparkly, shimmery, and pretty. All right, then I am going to use a piece of, oops, wrong paper. The iceberg paper where it has the icebergs along the bottom. I'm gonna cut the biggest circle from my stylish circle shapes, the biggest circle there. I'm going to cut that out of the blue, and I'm going to cut it with a piece of basic white. So when I do, I'm going to layer those two pieces together. I'm going to layer the DSP and the white together, and I'm going to cut two pieces at the same time. So when I pull it off of my mat, it'll be just like that. And I have both of my circles. Again, this is the largest circles from the Stylish Shapes. Looks like I just froze up on my other device here. Are you guys frozen? Or are you guys going? It doesn't show anything. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to take my snips and just cut down kind of through the center of this circle. Just ever so, you know, wonkily. It doesn't need to be anything that's perfect. Just to give me just like an iceberg look. Now you'll be able to make 2 cards out of that because you're going to have 2 sides. So this is now going to match up right on the bottom of that. So it almost looks like the mountainous range of a frozen tundra or something. I mean, I don't know. You can make your minds go very, very far with that. I did freeze up. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure if it's the wind. And I don't know. I mean, my mom has the best internet that we can get out here. But I've been hearing the last couple of times I've been doing this that I'm freezing up a lot for people. I know last week, I don't know if it was when I was doing my paper pumpkin, I was hearing that I was freezing up a lot, which is crazy. But thank you guys for sticking with me, even though I'm freezing, because I know that's annoying. I hear it. Oh, see, I'm freezing up for you too, Margot. Ugh. I'm sorry. I wish I had a magic wand to just make it not freeze up because, again, I know that that's frustrating. But like I said, I'm glad that you guys are able to stick through it and stick with me. And you know what's really weird is when I upload it and then put it over to YouTube, it never shows any of the freezing. So I don't understand. Because you would think if it recorded it like that, that it would be that way even if I transferred it to another device or something, but it doesn't. So why is that? Maybe it's just Facebook telling me that I'm on here too long and they're gonna boot me or something. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp that cute little mama bear who's kind of just sitting there. I'm gonna do the little baby bear. And then again with that cute little hat and the little scarf, I'm going to stamp those, but they're gonna be in balmy blue this time. And I'm going to do them on this scrap here. just like so. Because I need to stamp my sentiment on here. And I am going to be using this little die from the Stylish Shapes dies. To cut out, I think that's what I got this thing for. So I need to turn around and cut one of these little labels out using this small little banner. So hold tight. Let me get that cut. Okay, there's my little banner that I need. And so what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to use that Merry Christmas, but I'm going to do it a little bit different to show you guys how you can fit something that is a very long word sentiment. Ouch. Sorry, you guys. I know that was loud. So when you have a long sentiment like this that says Merry Christmas, I'm going to take my black memento, and since there is a space in between our wording, I am simply going to, actually, I'm going to do Christmas first. I'm going to put Christmas in my ink, just going up to the end of the ink pad there, so I don't get my Y in there. So now Christmas is the only word that has the ink on it, and I'm going to stamp that first down here. Okay, like that. Now I'm going to clean that off really good. Make sure I give it a couple of taps to get that moisture off of it. Okay. Now I'm going to use the word Merry, doing that same thing, stopping at just where the space is in between the two words. Then I can flip it over and I can see, good, I don't have any ink on my C, so I just have the Merry. And then I can stamp the Merry. Just like so. So that way you can take a long sentiment, and instead of having to actually use scissors and cut your stamp in half, because I'm kind of crazy like that. I don't want to cut my stamps. I know that there is a space in between there that I just put it on my stamp pad as needed. Okay, so there is that. I need to come in here and cut my little bears. Do just a little bit of fussy cutting out of this mama bear. Whenever I see polar bear, it reminds me of when I went to Alaska. My youngest was not even a thought in the wind. My oldest was the only child that I had at the time. Her dad's parents are from Fairbanks, Alaska. And actually, my daughter's dad, still lives in Fairbanks. And he works up at Prudhoe Bay on the pipeline. And so we all went on a trip up there because his grandmother, it was her 80th birthday. And we went up there and had a big surprise birthday party up there for her. Now, it was during winter. It was beautiful. It was cold as can be, and we really had to bundle up. But it was so neat because when you walked around the town, and not that Fairbanks is very big at all, but when you would walk around through the little It was almost like a little village town. But when you would walk around through it, and this has been many, many years. This was probably in 2003 that we went, because she was still really little, and she was born in, or yeah, maybe it was like 2004 or 2005. Either way, we went up there because she was born in 2001. So when we went up there, there were all these ice sculptures. They were having this big contest thing in Fairbanks that they do ice sculptures, and God, they were gorgeous. They were massive. They were these big, huge blocks of ice that they would use like literally chainsaws on them and carve them out, and just the most beautiful carvings you've ever seen. It's fantastic and just incredible to see what they do out of a block of ice. Then you could, it was almost like a lottery that they did there, where you could buy it wasn't an actual lottery like what we have here, but they do kind of a lottery on when the ice is going to break on their like little river thing that flows there through the town of Fairbanks. And so it's kind of funny. Everybody buys like this ticket, and you tell them what day, what time you think that the ice is going to break or something like that, that the river is going to start flowing again. I don't remember exactly the logistics behind it, but it was so different. And then we met some of the natives there, and some of the artwork that they did was just, again, very, very incredible. And I mean, how they used the things from their, the land to make art and paintings and necklaces and jewelry and just all sorts of stuff. It was really cool. So whenever I see a polar bear, it just reminds me of the cold Arctic kind of up in Fairbanks. Yeah, my friends that were over last night, they like to go on cruises. So they were letting me know, because I really want to go to Norway. And I know that Stampin' Up! Just had a big event up in, I think it was Norway or Iceland, or I think it was Norway. And I was so bummed that I didn't get to go. So I'm like, okay, that's what I'm pushing for, is I need to win the next trip, or not win it, but I want to be able to go on the next trip that Stampin' Up! Does. And so I was like, but it's not going to be in Norway again. They just had it there. But she was just telling me how there's the cruise line that's up there, and you go to Europe, and you go to Iceland, and you go to all these different little cities in Norway, because I guess the trip is 10 days, and you visit 7 different ports. They actually just got back from one that they were just down in Mexico. And I was like, oh my God, thank God you guys got back when you did. Because then that tropical storm Otis hit down there in Acapulco. So it was like kind of, they had like the week after they got home, that big storm came in. So it was kind of scary. But I guess they were just telling me that in 2025, they have a reservation to go to the one that you can do the Europe trip. And it goes, like I said, through Norway, Iceland, and all that kind of stuff. And I told her, I go, well, you know what? That would be perfect, because that gives me plenty of time to save up enough money and to make arrangements to be able to head up and do that. So I think that's what we're going to do I think it's like March or April 2025. So I was like, yeah, that is something I definitely want to mark off my bucket list, that I've gone up to, that area. And to just be able, and like she said, when you're on a cruise like that, you don't get to see everything, because of course you're not in port for very long, but you're there for the day, and you could at least go out and do some things. And we were reading some of the excursions that you can do when you get off the boat. One was you can go whale watching. Another one was You can, I think there was like a train ride or something that you can do there. I don't know, but I was just like, yep, that we are totally signing up for that. That is my jam. Okay, so I glued that on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now take my little bear, and I put this on the wrong bear. I knew I was screwing something up because I was talking. When I get talking, I lose my brains. Okay, so we're going to put the hat on the baby. There we go. And the scarf on the mama, because she's going to make sure her baby is nice and toasty also. So with this, you're not going to really see that back behind that, but it's enough to know that it's there. So mama's going to go right there, and baby is going to go right like that. And we're going to pop them up. Yeah, maybe on that one we can get my mom to go with us, because I know she would love to go to Norway and see that kind of stuff too. So maybe I'll drag her along. Okay, I'm gonna put the baby just like with his little foot, just like that. So cute, look at them. Oh, I love it. Okay, since I popped them up, I'm gonna actually go ahead and adhere this circle all the way down. Just like so. Watching my sides here. Okay. I thought these would be cute if you like change some of the colors. You could use these for baby cards too. If you know anybody who's having a baby, this would work for a baby announcement, or, you know, when you give a gift. I think this is a little bit thick, or not thick, but too big. So I'm going to cut this down just a skosh. A baby arrival. That's what I was thinking of. Baby arrival card. There we go. That's better. Oh, you're going to be going to Finland. Oh, see? I'm jealous. Can I hide in your suitcase? I'm awfully big. I don't think I could do that. I just want to see places. I mean, there's certain places that I definitely don't want to go to, but I just think you just hear about how peaceful and how wholesome they, you know, like when I heard about Norway and about the fact that they don't, and I'm not sure if it's the same way in Iceland, but about how they kind of, they own cars, but they don't really drive too many places. They ride bicycles. They're kind of very earth conscious. And I love that. I think we should do that more around here, but I know it would never happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little banner. I mean, places like, I think about us here who live so rural, there's no way in the world we could ride a bike into town. That wouldn't happen. We live way too far out. I mean, I would definitely be in shape, I'll tell you that much, but you know. If I lived in a little village like that, oh man, I tell you what. There we go. So let's add a little bit of bling to this one. We're going to do the blue ones on this. So let's come in, let's do a big one. Whoop, let's not throw it. We're gonna put this one right up here. Oops. We're going to put this one right up here. Grab a little one. Put it over there. And then grab another little one and put right down over here. Just like that. And then let me get, what are we going to do on the inside? I think I'm going to put some of that Designer Series paper on the inside. So I'm just going to cut, let's do like so. Okay, just like that. The hall in Holland, the parks and rides are loaded with boat. See that? Oh, I think that is such a amazing. I mean, I wish there was ways to do it, and I know there's certain cities and stuff around that do have bikes that you can rent, and even here in Tucson, we have some little scooters that people can rent and ride around town. But if you live rural like us, that just wouldn't work. But yeah, definitely in the cities, that's just such an amazing idea. It just sounds like it would just be so much more wiser for the world, but what do I know? Okay, so there is card number 3. I don't think I'm going to put anything in the inside of this because I'm going to just leave the inside alone. I was trying to think if I was to, I mean, I could do more snowflake. No, I'm going to leave it alone. So there is card number 3. I did put a little sliver of that Designer Series paper in there to still carry over some of that same Designer Series paper. So let me bring in those other 2 cards that we created tonight so you can see more that are in this set here. So how super fun is this? So if you guys already have this set, here's some more ideas for you. If not, like I said, that this will be available. The punch is the only thing that's out of stock. The stamp set is still in stock, but it will be back in November 3rd, or no, November 6th, I said. And then the embellishments, which you could use any embellishments that you have. These are going to be back in on the 13th. So just so you know, but everything else hopefully stays in stock. So you guys can order some of this beautiful paper along with, get yourself some of the Walk in the Woods paper because you know that that is going for a good cause. And then have so much fun with these adorable, super cute little polar bears. And you can make them regular brown bears. I mean, they could be whatever kind of bears, colored bears, black bears, whatever you want to create from them. But yeah, these are really fun. I did want to let you guys know, just because daylight savings is coming up, Arizona does not have daylight savings. So it really kind of screws with things. But I did want to let you guys know that I will be going live at still 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern. But it will now be at 7 o'clock my time, because now coming next week, because I think Friday, no, hold on. What day is daylight savings? I think it's the 5th of November. And so what is the 5th? The 5th is Sunday. So on Monday, you're going to see now, instead of it saying that I'm going live at 6 p.m., because right now I am on Pacific. I mean, we're still considered mountain time, but right now, because of daylight savings, I am on the Pacific time. Now, when daylight savings, you know, stops here coming up, we are going to be back on mountain time. So when you see all my events, they're going to say mountain time, which will be what it is. Okay, just so you know, because there's a lot of you who watch me here in Arizona, and I know it's very confusing because when the time changes with the rest of the country and not us, it's going to say now that I am live at 7 p.m. instead of saying that I'm live at 6 p.m. But I'm still sticking with the same times. So just so you guys know, if you're not here in Arizona, it doesn't really affect you. Yeah. So, all right, you guys, have a wonderful week. Again, when you spend $35 or more with me, Danny Garola here at Stampin' the Pink Barn, and use my host code, you are going to get the products to create these 3 super, super fun, cute, Beary Cute cards. So have yourselves a great week, and I will see you guys back here next Monday. All right, you guys, take care. Bye-bye.